welcome to the show. You look incredible, like a dessert that owns a yacht.
That's exactly the vibe I was going for. You know, sweet but slightly out of your tax bracket.
Mission
Gold on my neck, gold on my hand, purple with the stripes, that's the walk of a man. Sidewalk shining, city lights humming, every step I take, they know a boss is coming.
Hey, we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
Red sticks everywhere.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThATuMBRELLAgUY. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me, or I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me, or I'm a man.
You know what? I talked to your mayor.
Deceive, hiding from the lawsuits, a new trick up your sleeve. Paperwork, flimsy truth, taking a dive. Drowning paperwork, then buried alive. Fraudulent baller, playing the game, dodging the heat while fueling the flame. Thinking you slick, now we see through the scheme. Bankruptcy, fraud, that's stealing the dream. Stacks of life folded, origami finesse. You're bleeding broke, but your dollar screams success. Got the 56K, the attention, the barn go sweet. But in court you crying, I can't make ends meet. Heavy base of proofs, gavel about to drop. Your lies are crumbling, your case is a flop. Fake tears streaming, crocodile flow. But the fraud you pulling, everybody knows. Fraudulent dollar, playing the game, dodging the heat while fueling the flame. Thinking you slick, now we see through the scheme. Bankruptcy, fraud, that's stealing the dream. Money trail messy, footprints in the sand. Everybody watching, receipts in their hands. Lawyers on your neck, think you know what a scheme. But your team discussed it all on their live stream.
Now you pump their balloons about selling your jewelry? The jewelry you did great. Are you kidding me? 3 cellular providers not produced in Discovery. Are any of those brain cells on?
You lied to the court and left your donors misled, saying CK was for fighting when you'd already fled. Winning the case, this is only delays. A courtroom race and you're running relays.
Stop selling jewelry. Stop taking out loans. Seriously, stop.
What's up, folks? How's it going? Welcome to not supposed to be my day today, but we work with what we work with. Now, today, Megalodon's foe is apparently sick. Had sick people in the house, was reportedly feeling sick herself. So, hit me up about, I don't know, a couple of hours before, I think about 3 hours before, and was like, hey, I can't do it. And I was like, you know what? I got it. I got you. So, tonight, if you really want to send a message, get well message to Megalodonus, make sure that you send breadsticks, because she'll see them and be like, oh my God, I missed out on that. No, I'm just playing. Well, kind of not all the way playing. Send breadsticks. Oh my God. That's a great message right there. You're like, yeah, you know what? You better tell your body to feel better, because that's what you miss. you know, Today has been a pretty amazing one anyway. Because if you have seen any of what's been happening today, we had anti-Hales potentially pull in a big hitter, a really big hitter on accident. See, Lips in all of her her I'm going to say judgment. That is a very useful. Let me pull up the player here first. Let me make sure. Lips in her judgment. By the way, I love when the filter like freaks out and you can actually see the person, like their face. Like, look, it's like a caricature mask has been put on, and you can see the neck and the skin and the hands, and you can, again, be happy with yourself is my message. I'm not trying to be an ass about it, but considering this person is targeting more and more people, for how they look, I'd be like, yeah, you know what? You don't look this way. You actually don't look this way. So maybe you should remind yourself of that too. Maybe when you're flipping out, yeah, maybe you should remember who you are. But it was funny because amongst all of the videos, and we got a bunch today, she decided she was going to start targeting one Rosalind Duke. Now, the only problem with her attacking Rosalind Duke is apparently this is who she thinks Rosalind Duke is. Now, if you don't recognize this wonderful person here, and I actually like this person. They've always been nice to me. They are fun to watch and more. This is Emily D. Baker. Actually, if you'd like to see that, by the way, again, they found a picture. They thought that was Rosalind Duke, but again, this is Emily D. Baker that she's saying is bullying her and calling her a bee and all of those other things. Yeah, that's Emily. So now, Emily D. Baker is not some lightweight online either. Emily D. Baker has, let me see right now. I don't know the number right this minute. The last time I looked, it was, yeah, so she's at 851,000. So we're talking about somebody that has quite sizable channel, somebody that they probably don't want to pick a fight with. Not at all. Look at that, by the way, Megalodonus. Look at this. All of this could have been yours. Look at it. Look, Megalodonus. For motivation. That's right. Keep motivating her. It's good motivation. She loves the color, all the colors of the rainbow. So make sure that they pop up. Very good motivation there. I think so. It's a good start already. But yes, this is not Rosalind Duke. This again is a person that runs a channel with 850,000 folks. Not only, by the way, did we end up with this. Oh my God. But we ended up with I will not play it tonight. I know that Megan is a huge, huge fan of Leslie's music. So I actually don't want to take away from it today. But Leslie put up another one of her bangers. By banger, I mean, it's kind of like if I were to start screaming, oh, I notice my hater, and I say to them, what the fuck? What's bad is I was probably better in key that time than she was. I swear. Oh my God. It has been a very entertaining day. very, very entertaining. Yes, actually, this is a good message too. This is for Tug. Actually, no, Tug's going to buy himself some chicken noodle soup, and I will send pictures of me eating it to Megan to make her feel better. How's that sound? I mean, yeah. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Oh my goodness. I can't stop myself. uh, I'm, I'm hoping motivation does work on her though, for real. Today was one heck of a day. I know she did not want to miss out on, she had to be sick to freaking miss out on what we saw today. Oh my God. I mean, that song. That song. But this wasn't the only picture. Like I said, there were a couple of them that she decided to throw out. And I mean, she put some pretty nasty little statements with Emily DeBaker and her face on there. I thought, are you kidding me? She was telling Emily DeBaker, for example, that she was jealous of Lips. That's right. Jealousy is a, and then she puts herself in there. Now, what's really funny, what I really enjoy about the about the skin suit that she puts herself in is that she can't move, because if she moves, it causes real problems with it. It actually shows her. And again, when I say that, it's kind of like this. And again, she's making fun of everybody in the way they look, because she wants you to focus on, look, I'm 20. Look at my man. Well, the problem is, again, you can see sometimes like the real skin comes through the actual stomach. And again, we all have stomach. I'm not trying to be an ass in saying that, but I'm just going to say this is not real, I mean, when you got the complexion of a deflating basketball, don't make fun of other people. It's just not good. Oh my God. Now I'm wondering today if maybe the reason that all of this is happening is because we have had a brand new banger though. Now, if you all don't remember a little site from way back when, we're going to do a flashback for you. It's actually, I'm not going to bring up the old stuff, but I'm going to show you something brand new with this, right? So we have had a return to Talentville. That's right. Maybe this is why the insanity's happening. I'm not really sure, but we have a return by Lips to Talentville. Now, if you're like, what's Talentville, that umbrella guy? Well, I'm glad you're asked, because Talentville back in the day was actually what gave away Lips in doing all kinds of stuff, all kinds of crazy things, because Lips couldn't control her ego. And she actually she used to do these videos under this random, quote unquote, random account, Bully Exterminators. Well, she used to do these videos, and all of them tried to pretend that nobody knew who they were. I'm totally not that. I'm just a innocent person out here, right? And Miltoast, he would go out and be like, oh, well, there's this random person, and oh, yeah, wait till you find out. They're going to do all this stuff. They're going to merchandise. Well, Leslie couldn't control her ego. She had to take credit for her work, but she thought she took credit on something that no one would find. Luckily, somebody else did. I can't even remember who found it now first. I can't remember anymore. Love to you. Love to. I just can't remember. It's been so long now. But the wonderful thing about Talentville is when she took credit for all the different works that she's tried to do, all the pitches and videos, she also added in those Bully Exterminator videos to show off her talent. Oh my God. You can't write this stuff. Some days, it's like the screwiest comedy I've ever seen. It's amazing though. It is absolutely amazing. Oh my God. So let's read over this. You know, it was funny too in this description. Apparently, her main character is Emily. Dun dun dun. Emily DeBaker. Emily. Maybe she thinks she'll start a fight, then cast her. I'm not sure. So let's read this brand new short script. It's going to be 34 pages. 34 indeed. A struggling single mother haunted by vivid nightmares and inexplicable phenomena inside her rundown dance studio. She can't help herself. She's like, oh, it's kind of me, you know. I think I'm single. I mean, my husband's out there. He cuts off my internet. Oh, Lord. And, you know, my dance videos must confront the blurred line between supernatural torment and her own unraveling sanity, huh? Really? Okay. As she battles to protect his soul from forces seen and unseen. Boom, boom, boom. So here's the breakdown. A single mother, again, you get some of that. You get a little repeat here. Battered by trauma and teetering on the edge of sanity, begins to see things that shouldn't exist. Yeah, I feel like sometimes with all the upload schedule, maybe this is really close to life. Shadows behind mirrors, voices in the vents. Oh no, Lips is being visited by Pennywise. Oh my God. Hands reaching through the darkness to beg for help. Is Emily losing her grip on reality? Or has she ripped a hole in the thin wall between worlds where the desperate souls of the dead linger, pleading for justice only she can deliver? As long as it's not justice in the courtroom, because I don't think, quote unquote, Emily can practice anymore. Okay, back to it. Reality fractures, the haunting begins. Each call for help blurs the line between madness and the supernatural. Is Emily breaking down or breaking through? Bum, bum, bum. Oh, Lips has been on quite the tear, man. She has been on quite the freaking tear over the last few days. We are talking about 35 plus videos. I mean, it's something. It is. It is something. Like today, this is only this is only like little selections. I mean, there's a lot more. But I mean, look at this madness. It is it is something beyond. Check all those out. I mean, look at her fixation. Like, look at it. And of course, again, she puts in the wrong person, targeting Emily DeBaker. Into. But I mean, there are a lot of videos today. A lot of them. I mean, it's unhinged. And what's bad, some of them you can see from yesterday, but you see the new ones where they pop in. I'm not here to win friends or followers or convince others to take any position. I'm simply someone fed up with being attacked by rejects. And I'm going to sing my song. God, she's so bad singer. Whew. Megan's like, you like that singing that she does? And, you know, Megan, after listening to one of those songs, she was like, you know what? I think one of those songs was really catchy. And I was like, well, that makes one of us. You know, it's catchy. It catches right around the rim of my garbage can when I try to throw it away. It's pretty awful. It's pretty awful. But tap by rejects who should be looking at themselves before making fun of others. They open the door. I will open mine. That sounds gross in its own way, you know. I've always heard, you know, from people, XYZ, you know, keep the barn door closed. Yeah, one second, I can clear my throat. All right, sorry about that. You know, some of us try to maintain mic etiquette, while other ones. I was looking through the transcript last night, by the way, It was a really wonderful lecture on what is and isn't a protective order. I enjoyed it. I also enjoyed the fact that even the transcript caught the coughing. It was so bad. Usually it doesn't catch the coughs. It was funny. She was eating and people were like, "Are you eating chips?" You can see she's like, "I'm not eating chips. Those are cough drops. What I need to do is show you the wrappers." Even their own chat's like, it's a little loud, Porky. Stop. There is a lot. Let's see, where is that? Give me a second. It's actually in the transcript. It's pretty funny. Let me see. Give me 1 minute. 15:09. I got a new toy I'm playing with, so I've got the transcript pulled up, looking at it on a device. I haven't. I didn't transfer it, but man, I got to go through much more of the transcript this way. Look, here's this, by the way. This was really funny. It's like, man, it's bad when your own chat's like, "Hey, what's up with that?" You can see it there, like people are like, hey, wait, what? I'm not eating chips. All right, dang it. It's a cough drop, guys. I'll show you the wrapper if I need to. But yeah. I mean, even they're like, you know what? Maybe, just maybe. You want to see something that I thought was really interesting, by the way? Remember how they went on a little tizzy and we laughed about it? And they were saying that Megan having problems with her vehicle, that was just her, and she's a monster for mentioning it. Well, funny enough, now Gabe has truck problems, and guess what Gabe will need? Can you guess? Can you guess what Gabe will need? Hey, wait, what's your guess for how much money Gabe will need? What's your guess? No, it's not $100,000 or 56,000. Although they did go after Only Me last night, which was interesting too. Apparently, according to them, I'm not saying this is true, but according to them, there's a little fallout in the happy little kingdom of Guapo Land. They apparently are not on the. Oh, some of you know. I can see the ones of you that know. Actually, props to you. Being prepared is not a bad thing. So the numbers, it would have been 6,000. Oh, God, if it had been 6,000, I would have died laughing. I really would have. That'd have been the greatest thing ever. If it had been another 6,000. No, 1,700. People out there, I see you new. And that's good, actually. You know what? You're prepped. Bravo. I'm giving all of you right there. I'm giving you the clap. Wait, no. I knew a guy who used to say that instead of being like, yeah, applause. He never understood what it meant. He'd be like, yes, guys, I'm giving you the clap. He would do meetings at work and he would say that. He would say, good job. You all have met you've met the fourth quarter numbers that we aimed at and have surpassed it. Besides blah, 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 me right here, I'm going to stand in front of you and I'm going to give you the clap. Be like, don't say it that way. I'm thinking maybe that fails on a few levels of a work seminar. I'm giving you the clap. No, I don't want it. Maybe you can take it back. Maybe you can keep it for yourself. But here's the little talk about it. Remember, I would not even bring this up, but remember they had a go at Megan Fox about having a problem with hers. So they're like, the problem with Gabe's trucks isn't just the water pump now, it's the fuse relay. Oh man, it runs the coolant band, it'll overheat, and it screws up everything. That could have been fuel, relay switch, fuses. Not really sure, but $1,700. Yeah, we've got we now have like a 1,700 job. Yeah. So he's gonna have this pickup. It's gonna cost a lot of money that we're unexpected to have to pay. So they were bummed out, and we're like, oh my God, we can't do it. We can't do it. So we're stuck like paying that $1,700. So also, while you're helping out Megan and trying to motivate her to come back, also, if you'd like to if you'd like to help out them with their vehicle by giving me money, and I will totally not give them a penny, then make sure that you're super chat too, because if you'd like to help my vehicle run by showing them what a vehicle is supposed to do, then thank you. I appreciate it. Honestly, last night they were awful. They were absolutely awful. It was interesting though. So last night, the topic of only me started coming up. And I thought this was kind of interesting. What happened between Guapo and only me? Now you got to remember, only me, somebody brought up clips of them talking about only me being an angel. I'm going to talk about the court case and stuff, and I'm going to talk about their spin for it too. Oh my God, that's good stuff. But I want you to see some of this here. There we go. Look at that. That's amazing. Yeah, I like that. Maybe not. Totally. Let's see. Totally don't help the flea circus. That's it. I will help them by being a shining beacon of what they could be if they weren't horrible wretched human beings. Oh, I'm having a lot of fun tonight, to be honest. It'd be funnier, like again, Megan get better, so we can goof off with this stuff. But you can see them talking about it again. What happened? Well, they were talking about Guapo here, and they were like, "Well, I'm not really sure what happened, but it looks like apparently." Somebody had told Guapo, it translates as Guapo, look, as Guapo. Somebody told Guapo that now only me, he's going over to the channels that he's not allowed to go over to, apparently. He's listening to people that are quote unquote Jeremy cohort channels. I hate to say, but that's funny because the same channel he's been popping up in, John Cook actually pops up in the chat up too. So, that's that's a heck of a thing. Are they gonna ban John? Oh wait, they already have. They took away his money. They also there's a new tactic, by the way. I like this new tactic. It's called call everything that you see that makes you look bad fake and say people have faked it. Today's germ video, he was showing like a phone call, a text or whatever, whether it's text, not sure, but it's a text. Okay, it's a text. I think we've and the other day I actually received an email on how people can fake those phone text calls, and I was like, wow, they're clearly edited on an editing program like Photoshop or whatever. So apparently the new and they should know about faking them because they faked a few and put them on their Polyflop website or whichever the fuck one it was, where they were like, look at this thing that Tug and Megan totally didn't say. Oh my God, these people are like a clown show. I love this circus. I very much do. I love watching it. I keep up with it. I love it. Oh man, look at that. Oh, that's amazing. Look, even Megan was like, you know what, for Gabe's car, but only if you don't give it to him. Totally. I hear you, Megan. That is right there in my soul. That's actually what I planned on doing. Man, you have read my mind. That's amazing. All of you too. I will read everybody, obviously. But yes, even Megan was so touched by this. If Megan can reach down there and give money that doesn't go to them. Oh, I love it. They had a really good talk over oh God, let me show you this, by the way. So apparently, I'm not sure. I need to go back and check out the entire discussion about this, because apparently there's a discussion about the Safe HG website where they're trying to blame it on someone else. Let's see. This is from the same HG website. That was a mock-up of one. In the placement of it, the legal team, which was Bruce. That's not Bruce Logo. The PR team, because that's the two that were going to help the situation. But it wasn't going to be me. This is a mock-up of a website. It wasn't approved, so it never got published. Okay, but I also never took it down because I was waiting for the 501c paperwork. Anyway, it was a mock-up. What? I got from here to here. It was such a weird jumble. I was like, are you trying to blame someone else for writing that? Or are you saying that when you mocked it up, you screwed up and there was actually going to be another? Because look, I mean, it's so weird. But apparently what they did on Facebook is they struck someone that was posting, or tried to anyway, because they showed that image, that gives them away as the PR team. They've been trying to flag it because apparently, those totally not legit screenshots they keep telling the world about. Yeah, they're so not legit that they say, by the way, that is our logo on it, and you can't use it. I mean, God, look at all the deflection and whining about Facebook. It was, but at the end of it, it was like, oh, you're using my logo. Oh my God. I'm not angry, you're angry. I love all this. This is so dumb. It's so dumb. They also threatened Jeremy, which was very weird. They did. They said that Jeremy, of course, he was about to. Well, he would learn about people being afraid. Oh yeah, they definitely did say that. They were explaining too. Funny thing, last night they got into explaining protective orders, and the idiots out there, they obviously do not understand what protective orders mean, including, I was watching some of their chat talk about it, and they were telling each other things like a protective order, if you're there first, then the other person doesn't have the right to make you leave. Or if you're at a governmental building, you can't be forced to leave because it's like, what? Yes, you can. And yes, you have to. They also were trying to describe how a civil protection order is not a cyber stalking order. The two are distinct. Therefore, George talking about cyber stalking doesn't apply, but it actually does, because cyber stalking would be a violation of the civil protective order. So when they're talking about cyber stalking with it, very much includes. Oh my God, there was so much fun in it. There's so much. Let me find that thread. Oh man. The town hall PO, where is that? 45. Let me roll. I'm using a master copy. I'm trying out a different way. I can go through them faster if I go through on a different device, but it doesn't mark this one. But that's okay, because I can point it right out to you, and I have my master copy in front of me. I like this method. It has allowed me. Oh, they're also mad too, because people are saying, you know what? Sean Martin wasn't the bad guy in it. Sean Martin wasn't the bad guy. Oh my God. Oh my God. She also admitted something interesting. She's had a copy of the protective order since the day it was released. Day one, she had a copy. That's weird, because the only way she could have gotten day one would be, well, I'm going to say from somebody over there, either the people that it was against or the representative or somebody tied to the representative. When I say representative, I'm not necessarily saying they're a lawyer like Sean. I'm saying they had other lawyers too. Lawyers oftentimes showcase the other lawyers that are involved. They give them courtesy, So when you show them courtesy, that sometimes it flies in your face, right? But I love the fact that when they started getting into the town hall discussion, it was really interesting to hear how there was no proof that John or Michelle had ever looked. Just Jacob Tug. Lisa made it clear she's not a lawyer. I was stunned. I know. It was amazing. I hear you. I saw that too. I even marked it on one of my pages. And I was like, oh my God, she did indeed admit she actually isn't a lawyer. When did that happen, by the way? Was she disbarred or something? I thought she was so good. She knew everything. So yeah, I mean, all that wonderful legal advice there. But what do I know, right? What do I know? But she's talking about, the town hall. Now, they kept getting, weirdly enough, the town hall and the post office confused. They kept confusing them. But their points on this, things like, how many times has George ever attended a meeting without Jeremy? So apparently, if she goes one by herself, again, I don't know the answer to that, but she is allowed to go to them by herself. But apparently she should have, I guess the way I understand it, she should have let Preston know that she was going to be there. Now, how does that work? I'm not sure. How and why are you supposed to tell the person that you have a protective order against that you're going to be at a place or that you've arrived? It is your responsibility as a person who has a protective order against you to keep up with that shit. That's the way that it works. It's so bizarre, man. But it's funny because, again, they keep through this. They have told their entire audience that there's no proof ever that Michelle Preston looked toward them ever, and yet again, you can see it throughout. There's a nice video yesterday. I'll probably go over it this weekend. I thought about it. I thought about it today, but I think there's enough stuff to laugh at today, and it will include the same guy that gave us all of our wonderful feedback, on how this works. They're journalists. Yes, we will see his argument today, telling us about how amazing and insightful he can be. But remember this: we looked at this yesterday, but let's just look at it real fast together. Let's. Again, while we're talking about it, let's bring this up here. I'll actually mute out some, okay? Because the way that they tell us about it, when they're arriving, first of all, they're telling us that this car right here, how are they supposed to know who it was? Well, first of all, you see John Cook lock in. Now, John Cook is definitely locked in. Look at that. He locks in and he tells her right away. You can see him turn back, because I was looking at this earlier. Let's slow it down a little bit, just so you can really make that out. All right. When they drive up, watch John Cook, because he knows exactly what's happening here. I mean, again, he knows. Let's see. Will he jump? Come on, jump back. It's like, I don't want to go that slow. Look at him. Look at him watch. Actually, I want a little bit more. I don't want that much. That's enough. Look, like it's like in Michael Myers mode. Shh, shh. It's some Jason Voorhees. Shh, 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 shh. It's so slow. But watch John Cook. Look, he spots him coming in. You can see him right here. Look, locks in, stares at whole time. He knows who he's looking at. He knows exactly who's there. You can tell 100%. Look at him. He locks in. Watches the pull up, then he'll turn. Check this out. He watches them. He just stares it down. When he does that, he turns. Check him out here. So he goes, he's telling her right there, oh, look who's here. Yep, exactly. Now, when this happens, of course, you see them backing in. You can see him telling her. Look, it's very clear what's happening when you watch this. She turns to make contact too. So He watches, initiates, tells her, you see her turn around, and she's like, she sees them, of course. Then she'll go for her own device. Again, it's very clear what's happening throughout this. I mean, pretending that when you watch this, that they don't know they're there, that it's somehow not, I don't know, Jeremy's not there where you can't see him, therefore. Oh my God. They know. They absolutely know what's happening, though. I mean, look at that. She pulls out her phone to make sure. Again, she noted to Volpe that they did indeed have a video, which means that she was recording. Martin, look, stared yet again. And I mean, when you slow this sucker down and you start watching it, it wipes out any of their freaking excuses. It's amazing. And there's a lot of this, there are a lot of minutes of this. There's not just this, but through the discussion of it, again, now I wanted to show you that because, well, it's funny. Again, you're being served. I don't enjoy being told that the thing that I'm looking at is somehow something else, and they pretend that in some way, shape, or form, it's on the people that have the protective order, So you say, oh, well, they pull up, and they say, oh, they're here. Yeah, okay. That's fair enough. Oh my God, those people are there. So they pull into a parking space facing town hall. All right. They didn't drive in and, bank a left and park. They literally back into a spot facing them. Yeah. So they can see who's there, right? Well, we're going to be told they still can't. So they're making the point, oh, they can see them, but they can't, obviously. Okay, go. Didn't Deanna, George, go without Jeremy because he's in Ohio? Oh, I believe. Yeah. Bye. But whatever. Anyway, so they have to skip that. But Michelle and John are there. Liana gets out of the car, leaves her purse, or was it Jessica? I don't know. They're both there, and it's something like, oh my God, someone said something about her butt. And it's like, what? And she's like, oh my God. The weirdest thing I saw in the transcript was them trying to get someone else to join the loofah club. I'm telling you, they were like, come on down to Florida, get you a loofah. Like, no joke, it's part of the transcript too. I was like, what? What did I just read? Anyway, so Deanna George, so Deanna Jessica, rather, they get out of George's car. This is their description. Walk up. As it was Jessica, walked past Michelle, walked up to the door. I don't know if they said a word. Okay, well, the person walking up, by the way, if we look at again, it doesn't matter the who, but was there a word that was said? Well, let's check that part out because it's pretty noticeable too. Were there any words that were exchanged, making it clear what was transpiring? Let's go back to our video and see. I wonder if it was caught and captured on camera. Surely not. I mean, since they've told us, by the way, so they went from they never watched Jeremy to they do watch. They watch everything for evidence. And by the way, remember that with preservation, I want to put this out there. They admitted last night also that you do have a group chat. You have one behind the scenes where people are messaging, not to mention the emails from John and stuff. Those are also things you're supposed to preserve. So just noting, it was nice of you all to talk about those. Whoops. All right, so let's continue. All right, so here we can see, and we are in slow-mo because we can check out people. Actually, we probably speed up just a little bit. See, look, she's staring right at him. Look at that. It's like some Crypt Keeper shit. Look, that's almost like a horror movie reveal. Did you see that? That was weird. Look at this. Watch that door. It's like a horror movie reveal. It's like I'm telling you, some 4E stuff. Look, right through the window, staring through. Shh, shh, shh. Shh, shh, shh. Look. She comes up, they can sit through it. Then that door is it's going to fade away. Shh, shh, shh. Oh my God, I love this. I don't love it for what it is, but I love watching it in slow motion because it's amazing. Now, were there any words exchanged? Well, we saw some words at the end, first of all, being exchanged, but as she turns around, well, she goes to the door, goes to open it. Door doesn't unlock, because it's locked there, even though they've supposedly been there for 3 freaking hours or whatever. So there's a turnaround, and you can see. Let's go back to let's go to half speed. We can go a little faster. Actually, yeah, I think that'll work. Now you can see words starting to be exchanged. You can see talking. Making it very clear stuff's going on. You can see people having discussions. Yep. Michelle locked in on that stuff too. Like again, were there any words? Huh? Oh, wait, look, camera as well. Pointing over too, huh? Interesting. So, do they know who's there? Absolutely. Absolutely. Were there words exchanged? Absolutely. And again, not from George, because George, why would she? Again, she's not supposed to have to. But them pretending there were no words exchanged is amazing to me. Let me get a drink. So, all right. Now for them, she's like, if I'm here, that doesn't look like it's George. She never saw George because George never got out of the car. Whatever George did that before anything, these two get out. She calls 911. Doesn't say a word. Doesn't ever get out of the car. Let it be known that she was there. She just sit there and called 911. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, they knew. And then they're like, oh, well, all that was unfounded. They found it was unfounded. Okay. Well, maybe that's a yet more point. Again, if this were changed up, if this were the Fats and they had a protective order against Hale, would this be a violation? Because this stuff doesn't change between things. So can you imagine the video if Jeremy Hales and George were parked right by the door, and the Fats, they pull up and they want to go inside somewhere, and Jeremy stands by the door and stares and stares, and imagine again, you think about that. How would that be translated? Do you think they would want to go through and translate that like that? Absolutely not, but yeah, they want to make the point that somehow all of that, even with all that evidence, is unfounded. They also try to play the Walmart thing, because at Walmart, apparently there's this new conspiracy too. They threw in the Hudson sisters. They said, look, the way all of this happened was that they got a call. They're like, oh, he got a phone call. He was there because he got a phone call. This is their thing. They're just sitting around. I know that Michelle there, Jeremy, he sets this shit up. And now that John is in Walmart, that they're going to get rid of him. So a Hudson sister, she sees him, decides to call Jeremy and says, yo, John Cook is in the store right now. And Jeremy decides, well, I'm fucking bored as usual. So let me come run over there and let me try to set him up and get him on the film. This is literally what they sell. They're selling this to their audience. Now, what's it based on? Oh my God, it's amazing. How did he know John was at the register? I don't know. Maybe smelled him. How do I know? I mean, dude, I've seen the fires over there, and I'm going to say, if everyone was scratch and sniff, that dude would smell like a forest fire, pretty much. He would smell like a felony, allegedly. I mean, seriously, what's up? How does he know? Maybe because he has a protective order against him, and he's seen him pull a pew-pew on him. So his freaking face is locked in, He absolutely knows. what he looks like. I mean, my God, these people here. But they spend a lot of time trying to tell people that. Also, did you know that there's no such thing as a protective order that's permanent? Did you know that? Cool. Thank you. Awesome. That's a gift. Thank you. They tell you a lot of things. Thank you for that. I was given a wonderful. Have you ever had those orange chocolates? Those big round ones. They look like oranges. I just got one of those. I was like, so I got distracted for a second. I'm looking at them like, I like those. You used to get them all the time. You could find them. But they said with no, I mean, again, they'll try to lie and say that I just meant this thing or that thing. But, ultimately, they said straight up, there is no such thing as a permanent protective order. Let's find the sentence here. There is no such thing as a permanent protective order. There is no such thing. AI, is there a permanent protective order? Yes, a permanent protective order is available, though length varies from jurisdiction to circumstance. While permanent can mean lifetime in some cases, it can last several years, is renewable, or depending. But yes, there is a such thing. So they were telling that. They also said, look, I like this statement. I have a copy of the protective order from the day it was first put out. Day one, she's got a day one copy. I wonder how you got a day one copy. Again, that's not something that was on the docket. That wasn't something that was available, in fact, until we had certain people leak it out there. But, I mean, again, what do I know, right? I love the fact that, again, they spend a lot of time talking about stuff that they obviously do not understand. They don't understand protective order. They also said that they can't be cross-examined. That's really interesting. Here, let's get to this point. This was fun. So about being a witness, they were talking about being, the witness list. They're also butthurt. Oh my God, Tug talked about it. He said bombshell. Actually, I said exposed in my title yesterday. There was no bombshell attached to it. But now that it really butt hurts them. If you see bombshell even more, you understand why. Because certain people, they get really mad when you talk about what they do. Man, look at all of that goodness, by the way. No chucks, no chicken skins. Oh, that's beautiful, Yeah, that's the way. I like the milk chocolate caramels that pull out your fillings. Yes, those actually taste good. They're just not very good when they do that to you. But for the idea of witnesses, the witness list. Now we get to ask questions. Wait, you get to ask questions. Felicia thinks she's going to get to ask Jeremy Hale's questions. We get to ask questions. Oh my God. That she's like, and they think they can. Well, guess what, you D-head? You don't get to ask us anything. We get to ask you, because this is about protection orders. Everything else you can't ask us. It's irrelevant. You can ask quite a bit, actually. Quite a bit. And Felicia's not happy because Felicia's going to be there. She's going to be there. She's going to open herself up for questioning. And I don't think that's actually something that helps them out more than it helps out others. They also alleged, this is a crazy allegation. These kind of things I note just so you understand what's happening. They said that Jeremy Hales sent DJ Radis to stalk Michelle Preston. He was there in Otter Creek. He saw her, followed her to a Chinese restaurant. We got the proof. I thought, well, what's what's really strange about all of that is Michelle Preston, out of the blue, sues this guy. And I remember how all of that comes up. She sues. Bruce threatens through emails multiple times. And DJ Radis is like, yeah, bring it. And then he plays a game of Where's Waldo, which is totally fine. They love it when their little pals, they dodge and try to say, oh, you can't serve me. Man, DJ Radis, he has no actual residence that they could track down. He didn't have to lie about anything like these assholes have. But somehow, him being dared, they talked about him. They were like, they're coming to Otter Creek. They're going to stalk George and them around. But, DJ Radis, again, a guy they targeted themselves, is somehow being put up to whatever he does by Jeremy Hales. It's wild to see that. Let me throw this in here too, like while I'm talking here, because then I want to show you something else. Okay. So right here, look here. You need a loofah, K-Burn. Yeah, go down to the Walmart and then the Villages and see how many loofahs are on the cars. There are that's how they know where the car is. Yeah, that's why it really started. They're like, go down there, get you a loofah. Come on down. Oh my gross, dude. They also I feel like we had a thread here too. They said, well, Jeremy, he keeps saying coward, coward, coward. Everyone's a coward but Jerm. I'm going to show you. I think Gabe is going to show you how much of a coward is one day. Huh. That sounds threatening, doesn't it? That sounds like an absolute threat to me. Well, that's a really interesting thing to notice too. I noticed a lot of threats, in fact. Oh my God. The idea though, this is what I wanted to show to you, and then I want to read something to you. Like, I asked if a civil stalking and cyber stalking are the same thing when it comes to court. Oh my God. Civil stalking and cyber stalking are the same thing. Oh, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Again, in a civil stalking suit, when you have somebody, a civil protection order, people are not allowed to harass you, not only in person, but they're not allowed to harass you online either. Hence the cyber stalking element. And that element, it branches out to having other people harass for you. But they try to play at the idea that in some way, these things aren't, they aren't valid. And it amazes me when you read through this stuff, because again, what you find out from these idiots, they'll go so far into telling you what qualifies, but they don't go all the way. Like threatening emails, unwanted messages on social media, really unwanted message. They don't have to be direct. In fact, there some of the stuff that Lips does, for example, when she tags in channel, like if I go to her videos, when she hashtags Jeremy Hales into this stuff, just like when Fleesa Flea and all those little weirdos, when they did it, it leads you right to Jeremy. And if he checks his notifications about certain tagging, he will find where people tag him in items, because I can see it in mine. So they absolutely may be violating just for that. I'm curious how the court's going to see Volpe's interview when she, it was tagged up to like the nth degree, and Michelle Preston shared it, which means that he was tagged in by Michelle Preston, So I thought that was kind of, But yes, there's also discussions again about things like them having group chats, and there's all kinds of wonderful stuff. I also found one other thing interesting in this that I thought was worth bringing up. Let's see. They talked about George. They're like, at the very end, George said something. Who talks to a female that way? Oh, she should be proud. Rude, abrupt, whatever. But who talks to a female that way? You know, who talks? And it's like, wait, what? 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 Who talks to females? What way again? You know, what did George say? You know, because I've heard these people say the nastiest things in the world to anybody that they can tag in. Now let's look at something else. I want to show you a really fun back and forth, an engagement that I enjoy. This is a conversation from, remember the, so you remember the Substack article that came up targeting Sean? That would be this that is being discussed. Here is old Moment pushing that on ye old Facebook. You can see, oh man, right there. Ohio attorney Sean Martin failed to stand up to YouTuber Jeremy Hale's abandoning his client when dealing with a bogus protective order. So he's asked. Melissa comes in and is like, do you vet anything LP has said? Anything, you know? I mean, there's a video out there of them violating the civil protective order at town hall. Heck, LP has video of herself violating the civil protective order that she took at town hall, which is 100% provable from the interview that he just did. She admits that she took video. She gave it to Sean, but Sean wouldn't show it. Now, again, that video by itself, why wouldn't Sean show it? I mean, out there, you think about this, folks. Why wouldn't Sean show a video standing still, videotaping George? Well, first of all, that would prove that she didn't leave the area. She knew she was there. She made contact, and she menaced. That would be menacing, okay? Because it's your job to walk away, not to stand your ground and record. That's not how it works. It also flies in the face of all of the excuses that we heard. You know, all of that stuff that we just read through falls apart when you listen to LP's own words. It amazes me. It is. It absolutely amazes me to look at them both. But you have Melissa pointing this stuff out. She's like, look, you know, here's the article itself. Again, I'm not going to zoom in on this stuff. It's blurry anyway. That's not the point of this, okay? The point is going to be the exchange that happens through this, because there's going to be a fun exchange that happens, okay? But she points out with evidence, you know, what's happening here. Actually, you know what? Let's read that. Instead of skipping, maybe I will read this, you know, instead, because I forgot it was included as well. Here we are. So you can see the statements here, and they talk about in this, the Ohio CPO, the Ohio, again, Civil Protective Order says, respondent shall stay away from petitioner and all other protected persons named in this order, not be present within 500 feet or 10 feet while on owned property. So again, this is very clear. You see her there. That's not 500 feet that she's away. She's not on her property. And the people that are named, that includes, again, they keep saying the Violence Against Women Act. How do women come in? How do they come in? Well, George, I think is, again, you may have lips trying to be like, that's actually a man. But anybody who's not butt hurts can admit that George is a pretty woman, you know. I mean that as tactfully as possible, you know, but she is, you know, and these people are so butthurt about that. That's what kills me. There are a lot of pretty women that are engaged in all of this stuff. And, you know, I have found it over time too, honestly. People on top of that, there's the look, you know, that people have, that physical loveliness. But for real, people can be prettier or pretty by who they are. And a lot of these people, they become uglier because of who they are. Man, we see some of these people on display. They show us exactly how ugly they are. That's why I love laughing at them, because they're so butthurt. You know, they whined about me, God, through part of that last night. They whine every time, and I think it's funny. We'll talk about the only me thing after this too. I really want to get into that a little bit. So, but again, when it says, look, if you violate there, you find yourself accidentally in contact with protected persons anywhere, public, private, you have to depart immediately. Not, hey, as soon as I gather my shit or I check out, get the fuck out of there. You're supposed to leave immediately. Again, you don't get those. It is not about your convenience. This is what disgusts me. Whether we're talking about John Cook at a Walmart, we're talking about these people at the town hall, it doesn't fucking matter. The word immediately, it's very clear, you know? And it notes this order includes encounters on public, private, roads, highways, thoroughfares. It includes everywhere. Again, they were trying to argue that the post office thing might not be legit either because, well, that's government land. Therefore, it doesn't have anything to do with it. That has nothing to do with the protector. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. But for real, that chat, man, they sound like a bunch of cultists talking about this. They have no idea, and they've done no research whatsoever. You can see, again, look, like who is she staring at? If she doesn't know who's there, why does she keep staring? Why is she menacing? Because that's what it is. Again, they keep saying you're not afraid enough. George is in the freaking vehicle. She's avoiding this person like the fucking plague. She's still not afraid enough. It's wild. I'm telling you. That right there. And here, look, videotaping. As noted, videotaping. You see it? She is absolutely stopping to videotape her. That 100% is. So, we have old Vomit pops up. She said she was at the town hall, but didn't interact with Martha. What is your point? Oh my God, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You don't have to interact, you idiot. As she's saying, you don't. Like these people really, they think you have to go up and talk to them or something. I mean, again, this is so messed up. You know, it's remember too, they claim that Hales is stalking and stuff when he drives down a public road and he videotapes off a public road. That's somehow stalking. But with a protective order, we've already gone through the necessary steps. They have to apparently make contact with you. It is the most bizarre talking point. So you have Melissa being like, Michael, they were to leave when George showed up. Duh, you know. They had to be 500 feet from George, you know. LP said that she was inside when George showed up. That's a lie. That is an absolute fucking lie. You see her there. You see him drive up. So that's a lie. Again, he didn't fact check anything. Because, of course, he's not paid to fact check anything. So why would he? But he didn't fact check anything. He didn't even bother. I'd say he took their word at it, but it's worse than that. You know, he created a narrative for them. 100%. Oh, it's so weird. So, she wasn't there. LP said she didn't know George was there. That's a lie. She said she didn't videotape George. That's a lie. You didn't research anything. You just believed her. That 100% seems to be the truth there. So, Volpe's like, there's a photo of someone who looks like a woman reaching into a truck. That's very incredible. Well, looks like are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, you disingenuous little Sal. Because I'm telling you, oh, there's a photo of a woman reaching in a truck. Again, you have 100% proof that this stuff happens. Oh, prove that's Lynette. Well, 100% it's her vehicle. Again, jackass, here, let's prove this to you, Michael. It's very simple. You know, she showed you the proof, but let's add it in here while we're talking here. Look, again, Town Hall, John Cook, their vehicle, 100% undeniable. That's their vehicle. That is 100% definitively John Cook. Look at him. That's definitely John freaking Cook. And that is 100% Michelle Preston. You see her face. It's not just her reaching in a vehicle, but yeah, look, that's her face. You can see it. I mean, my God. Again, this guy, all he does, this is the same thing. This is why I do not have good faith any kind of conversations with these idiots. I only laugh at them because at the end of the day, again, you see her through there. You can see this is their vehicle and more, right? And again, she provides all of the stills that you would need to prove. That's 100%. That's Lynette Preston. You see her face. My God. She's like, really? Oh, because, you know, JC's, you know, you have, JC stays in the truck the whole time, vaping with the kid. It's on video. And if you're talking about my picks, that's LP. He doesn't even, I mean, again, that is either, again, he is either running interference for these people or he's an idiot or both. I think both, but yeah. They don't care. By the way, if you bring up, again, I had a wonderful little, I'm going to say discussion with Volpe one time long ago, just one time, yeah. And that I'm not going to, after that, I am not. Let me see 1 second. Let me see if I can find it. I've got it boxed away somewhere, but I'm trying to see if I see the exchange. Oh man, these people, dude. They're like this though. When you tell them something, they run interference, you know, because I tried the exchange of information one time. And it doesn't matter what information is exchanged. They deny it. They pretend that it's not real. It's so bizarre to see. It's not surprising though, but it's very bizarre to see. Let's see, is that the right one? Let me see. Give me a second. So we had an exchange one time. Would you like to hear the exchange and exactly how it goes? I don't have it redacted, but I'm curious. Would you like to actually hear how an exchange with Volpe goes and why he is not given any kind of benefit of the doubt? Why, like I said, I won't do that. Because it's not a very short one, but he tried to put in some screenshots at one time. So he writes, this is after he and Paint Chips have been trying to, you know, they're not only doing deflection, but he writes, he's like, hey, Tug, check out this video. If I didn't know any better, I would say that Jeremy Hales was trying to get President Cook to violate the protective order. He took out another state. That's actually the point of the protective order. Then there's a page 8 of this police report. Why is he running ahead cops to film people his protective order against? You're honest and ethical, so I'm sure you get to the bottom of this. And I wrote him back. Because, you know, he wants a fight. And they had one before. And I'm like, oh, look, it's the scumbag that admittedly took advantage of female victims. He slides into my messages again. And he's like, the honest reporter doesn't care if Hales has weaponized protective orders. And I was like, LOL, I'm not surprised you simp John Cook, to be honest. LP herself says that the man is an abuser. Drove his last wife nuts. They admittedly keep her remains in the shed. But I imagine you skip all of that, hoping that they'll get you some more clout. So maybe another unfortunate woman might mistake you as a journalist. You know, no more wasted time on you today, you scumbag. It's like, you're not allowed to report on this, are you, Tug? Oh, you got some deal. If you report, it'll cut you off. Oh, sad. And he keeps writing, right? So I was like, okay, all right. So I was like, LOL, you skipped the abuse, So he wanted to know about abuse, right? The abuse part. This is what he keeps asking for. He wants to know about it. So I tell him straight up, here, don't skip my questions about your abusive past. And I ask you, because I ask him questions point blank that he doesn't want to answer. But also I asked him, if you want something, here's the first and last freebie from me, because I find you detestable. But here's your chance to hear some truth. There's number one. I give him a link for police body cam footage from John Cook's arrest. Shara is the one of the many sources that uploaded it. Just search Cook. Tell them where to find it. In it, LP calls him an abuser. Her words. Talks about his abuse too. Says he drove his ex to end herself, and they keep the remains in the shed. Now, to the police, she says this, and she's done it with droves of others from Northport to Otter Creek. Number two, the messages to Shara. I attached one with LP talking to John Cook, with LP talking about John Cook, rather, Ari the kid. Number three, Bruce, he verified that is real. I attached the email complaining about doxing old messages, noting they're not fake. And four, if you want to know they're liars, read the fucking police report on John Cook's arrest. Lies on guns, lies all the way through. So I gave him information, and he's like, I'm confused. How does that relate to the protective order? So he said through this, he wanted proof that John Cook was an abuser. So I gave him John Cook's an abuser. And he's like, that doesn't look like that's what that is. This looks more like a hit piece on John Cook than any explanation on validity of anything. So again, this is why I don't treat them like they're good faith. Because when they ask for something, when they say, prove these people are abusers, I'm like, okay, well, you're taking the word of the woman you just interviewed. The source of all of this, she says that the man that you're talking to as well is an abuser. Says that he is a danger, a red flag that you should take care of. Oh, well, that sounds like a red flag. No, that sounds like you doing your work, because either the person you're talking to there is a liar, or you're talking about some horrible fucking human beings. And maybe they're both each way, but either way, maybe that should trip ye old spider sense. And again, there's a lot of exchange in that. There's about 26 exchanges that go on with that. But I don't communicate with them ever with this kind of stuff. Because the point in that is, again, she shows pictures to them. And he's like, oh, there's just some random woman there. Again, I'm not sure what that proves. You have her reaching into a truck. Again, she's violating the space there. She's there, period. And they know, you can tell who that is. They're filming more. So she's like, so Lynette reaches into her own truck is incriminating. Your words, not mine. Follow along. JC stares at George. Yes, who is protected person under the Ohio CPO, while George, with others, pulls up to the town hall. JC then leans into the Jeep where Lynette was leaning into the Jeep on the other side and told Lynette that George was there. Lynette then stares at George, and instead of them, quote unquote, immediately departing, as the order said to, then Lynette walked to the other side of the Jeep where JC was, and while talking to him, started videoing George. Now, maybe if you were any type of real journalist, you'd go watch the video and see for yourself what actually happened. Do research, not just listen and publish Lynette's lies. But I guess since you haven't had any real donations for your story since, say, March 20th, 2025, you'll just put out crap fantasies as something to do. So, yeah, she explains it to him very, very well. Cut and dry. Hey, look, this is how that works. Okay, well, let's see. All right. So, unfortunately, none of that is in your photo. Instead, it seems like you follow them. I think you probably need to get a protective order against you, as you seem to stalk them. Most of this is your commentary. The photos, however, show two people in an open field now. It's an open field now. Again, you see how disingenuous this person is. So Melissa's like, hey, are you really that dumb? It's George's video. Yeah, you know the video that was used to get a protective order? Wow. So again, either it's deflection at any cost. I think they've never watched this, nor do they ever plan to. They don't. They never plan to watch it. You would know that if you did any research. It's the reason that LP and JC found in contempt of court. It's been shown before, but you are too lazy to go look at it and to see what really happens. A PO against me for watching a YouTube video, laughing my butt off, let's say. Yes, indeed, for real. So watching a video is stalking now. LOL. Yes, actually, no. You know what is stalking, according to them? Proof. Remember that the Fats already said that if you show any kind of proof whatsoever, that was defamation. That's right. All of that stuff, you know, everything about the criminal record and talking about also poppy seed. They've tripled down, by the way, on the poppy seed thing. They have tripled down. Poppy seeds. And also, they didn't care so much about it. They actually wanted to make it about drug use, by the way. And let me make this clear, too. That whole subject is not about drug use. The whole subject there is about people that defraud other folks. And when there's a discussion about people taking money, they haven't done anything for over a year now. And then they test positive for a very expensive substance. Maybe there would be a little more discussion about what now, you know, because again, they want it to be about a drug, a morality tale. Which the drug thing, I'm not encouraging that in any way. It is not good for you. Been there, done that, had it with a sack of fries, you know, but that is not what we're talking about. You know, moral policing, no. Defrauding the elderly, yeah, that's a conversation that should happen. But again, you know, they don't want a real discussion on anything. None of these people do. So Melissa continues, though. It's like, you know, hint, by the way, you know, with all of this, first of all, she says, yes, this conversation is over. Since you can't comprehend anything and have no clue what real stalking is, hint, it's not watching a YouTube video. Huh. So, again, George made a video of herself trying to create a violation. So now that's a violation, huh? You know, it sounds like George is using the PO as a weapon and not a shield. So when you pull up, again, you pull up to a place to go in a building, and these jackasses are standing there. They're menacing you. They're staring at you. They start recording you. They will not leave. That's you weaponizing a PO. What a detestable piece of shit. Because you got to think about this. How many women does this reflect on? You know, they like to talk about the acts with women. You think about this. Now we're talking about John Cook standing. And he's still in the vehicle, and he's menacing a female. He's okay with that. Like at first it was, oh, Jeremy Hales and the VAWA. Oh no, it's somehow misused, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard either. But now, nope. Either way, photos prove nothing except that whoever took them, Preston should get a PO against that person. What a fucking disingenuous sow, man. This is why, again, I don't have anything to do with it, because they are PR. They are not out there to figure out the truth of something. They're out there to spin. That's all these people do, you know. And Melissa's like, yeah, he keeps spinning and twisting. George, who has a civil protective order, can video for accountability. She can video for whatever the fuck she wants. She's in public. She can video. Oh my God. You have no privacy in public. So when you go out wanting to go into that building, you can be recorded. Period. That wouldn't even matter. But with this, they got proof. You know why? Because Levy County says that if you don't get that proof, if you don't showcase that somebody's done it, then we can't do anything for you. And then when you give them proof, they're like, oh, by the way, we don't care that there's proof. We think that actually according to LP, that they should show up for your civil protective order. That, like I said, that'll be fun. That'll be real fun to see a discussion of, hey, by the way, so did you guys investigate this one where, again, we've got a very good video of, did you all investigate that? And did you find that there was no issue whatsoever with that? Man, that'll be a fun discussion. God, but they think that nobody will ask them questions. I love it. I love it. Welcome, Raiders, by the way. It's good to see you. 1 second. Let me see. Give me a second. I'm looking up Raiders. 1 minute. I like looking up Raiders and seeing my Raiders coming from. Yeah. All right. Thank you, though. Appreciate it. Appreciate the raid for sure. We need to, I think next week, first of all, I need to check Shizzy's number to see exactly where he is this week. Next week, I need another guest, you know, for sure. I'd say this week. I might have a guess this week if it works out. We'll see. But next week for sure. When we're around the holidays, it's hard to guarantee, you know, man. Oh, by the way, so this is amazing. So, you know, my oldest daughter, she loves insects, loves them. You hear her all the time. I love bugs. You hear her, right? So the pet store down in Murfreesboro, which is about an hour from here, they got in something amazing. They got in ghost mantises. I'll have to show you a picture of one. I think tomorrow I'm going to drive down, and I've never actually seen one in person, so that'll be really interesting. But they have ghost mantises. So she's been talking about for Christmas, she wanted a mantis or something. I was like, oh man, a ghost mantis. That'll be cool. Yeah, see, Shizzy. Yeah, see, okay. So for this weekend, we'll get him over the number for sure. We'll do an entire stream or just knock him over that freaking number. We'll get him over that hump because he is so close. He's so close. We can get him there. So we'll do that this week. Remind me this week. Remind me on the weekend to do it. Friday, Saturday, right there. Remind me. Okay, so anyway. Stolled, keep spinning. You know, George, who has a silver protective order, can video for accountability. Hell, even Levy County said, if there's no video, there's no proof. But I guess everyone is right. You're nothing without Megan Fox. Just another lying weasel. All the best. Okay. So then, where is she videotaping from? You don't know anything about a protective order. So none of us understand. You know, you can pull the protective order up. And again, protective orders are about distance and about contact. Distance itself can cause a violation. Contact causes violations. Contact is many different things, by the way, and can include third parties. But violation of distance itself, that is a violation. I mean, come on. But you don't know. They have the right to be there. Not if she's there. If she's there, also, she demands they leave. If they don't, they violate. She doesn't have to demand shit. If they know she's there, they have to leave. You don't imagine this. You have a female that has been a victim of DV. She goes somebody, and I'm going to say the person that accosted her, I'm going to use that word because it's YouTube friendly. Okay. The person that accosted her is standing outside of a building, locking eyes on her. Does she have to go up and tell that person, hey, you're violating a protective order, leave? Absolutely not. And the protective order, it doesn't matter if it's a situation like I talked about, whatever. Again, it boils down to, regardless of how you got there, it boils down to distance. It can be a violation because they know they're there. Once they know they're there, it's very much noted. But she didn't tell them. She drove by them, hoping to catch them up. Drove by them, by the way. So now she drove by them instead of pulling in. Again, you can tell they don't ever want to see any kind of proof. They wrote a hit piece without watching a video because it wasn't about driving by. They pulled in to go into a place. She weaponized a protective order. A good lawyer would have gotten the protective order dismissed based on this evidence. Truly despicable person who got a protective order weaponized. You support her because you're equally despicable. Man, bought and sold. Bought and sold. Melissa's like laughing my backside off, let's say. Did I hit a nerve? Man, not right to be there. Read again, the Civil Protection Order. The Ohio Civil Protection Order says, respondent shall stay away from petitioner and all other protected persons named in this order, not be present within 500 feet or 10 feet while on owned property, or any protected person, wherever those protected persons may be found, or any place respondent knows or should know protected person likely to be, even, again, they know or should know. So if they're supposed to be there, if they could pop up, well, you need to be staying away. And if it happens, if there's accidental contact, that's what this is for. If respondent accidentally comes in contact with protected person in public or private place, they must depart immediately. It's very cut and dry. I mean, again, you see it. Very cut and dry. It's noted. You have, again, respondents, both of them. So they're both in violation. You're saying she was likely to be at town hall. Is that it? Because that's what the protective order said. Did she announce she's going? This is a public event. Are they required to avoid? Oh my God, what a disingenuous sow. Because she may have been there. Again, you don't know anything about protective orders. She was trying to create a violation. So again, by their account, when you have a protective order, you need to stay locked up in your home. And beyond that, you have to announce any place that you're going to go. That would be really great, wouldn't it? Again, remember that whole scenario I talked about with somebody? Let's just say someone commits deviant, or let's say there's a stalking order, like there is, right? Do you think that you want to tell your stalker where you're going to be at all times? Do you think you announce that? Do you tell the world where you're going to be at? That's not how that works. A protective order is in place to protect you against a bunch of whack jobs. These whack jobs have done everything to make these people's lives miserable. And then when they wanted to play the victim, they bring in dipshits like this guy and his criminal fucking cohorts to try to harass them as much as they can because they're terrible people. LP, she's told, hasn't been to a meeting in months. Knows George and Jeremy. They go to every meeting. LP was the one thumbing her nose at the protective order. LP, you don't know how CPO works. They don't need to try avoid. They need to leave if Jeremy or George show up. But good job on trying to gaslight, right? Maybe you should beg, and I mean really, really beg, Megan, to take you back so you can learn the true meaning, comprehend protective order. Indeed. He's like, so you're saying she was supposed to know they'd be, oh my God. You're saying she was supposed to know the daily habits of them? Do you get tired of reaching? So again, you're shown a picture of somebody acknowledging that a person is there. They don't leave at all, but we're ignoring that. This is, again, gaslighting. This is very much gaslighting. So, yes, wasn't the meeting she went to and the three of them sat in the Jeep from 3 o'clock? It's like, yep, it was. The poor kid locked in the car for over 4 hours while JC vapes. What parent wanted to keep a child in a vehicle for that long to prove a point? Most people coming in now will not do the research needed to keep them up to date. And that is true. You have a lot of people, they just don't know, and it's a long ways to go back. It's a long ways. But when you go through this, again, you saw how this exchange went. So this definitely 100% shows you this is right after that article is dropped into public. You have somebody say, hey, wait a minute. Here are pictures of these people violating it. And again, you see how the ecosystem acts. These are the type of people that will attack you no matter what you do. And it's gross. It is absolutely gross. All right. I am going to go over super chats. That's what I'm going to do now. I mean, it's nuts, man. Oh my Lord. I gotta grab some more freaking reading material too, because I think there will be more tomorrow. These people never stop. That is again, they're not menacing my life. I don't care about them. They don't bother me. So screw them, you know. Anyway, let me see. 1 minute. Give me 1 second. I see something there. All right. First, what's up? Hey, what's up, Christopher? Replay usually, but this is my birthday. Oh man, heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. Let's get you a birthday. We're gonna start out on our birthday. I love it. That is perfect. Give me 1 second here.
Happy birthday.
What's up, Christopher?
From both of us to you. Happy birthday. May all your dreams come true. Happy birthday. We love to have you here. Happy birthday. Here's to another year.
Right. Love it, man. Love it. What's up, Double Karma? What's up? How are you doing, by the way? It's good to see you. Oh, boy. I hope everyone is ordering a mega ton of popcorn. Hey, I learned last night, mega, it actually has a hidden meaning. Did you hear about that? I don't know. I don't know if you heard that. Because, yeah, apparently, according to Lips, it means, let's see. We were actually having it translated. Give me 1 second. I'm looking it up. It means mean, envious girl, angry. Did you know that? Yes. They want a new acronym. Maybe I should start doing fundraisers so they don't do acronyms. Let's show them what happens when you don't do acronyms. But yes, a megaton of popcorn and other snacks to see Leslie totally messed up and trying to pull Emily D. Baker into the yes. That is very dumb, by the way. Emily D. Baker's good people. I like her. Like I said, you know, we do our own thing. All of us do our own thing. We run into each other here and there. You know, again, I'm not a lawyer. I ran into her in the lawyer in the circles, though. And it's enjoyable. I liked it. I had fun. So, Max Lab, what's up? Thank you, man. Appreciate you. You know, thank you for the super chat there. It's been an interesting one. I'm still looking, by the way, there was a little bit of material brought up on the lawyers, and I'm curious about a couple of things that came up. Oh, yeah, the braids, man. I remember those. I see that email, by the way. I see those. Yeah. I liked those. I thought those were cool, dude. I like those. Very much so. I saw them when Megan brought them up. Like them. Well, Fallen Hero, thank you for the gifted membership. Thank you, Fallen Hero. Also, thank you for being here. As always, appreciate you, my friend. Jack's mom, what's up? How's it going, Jack's mom? Appreciate you. The avatar threw me off. I was like, wait a minute, different avatar. When people change avatars, it throws me off sometimes. Thank you for that gifted membership too. Thank you. Appreciate it. I like the avatar, by the way. It's just, you know, I get used to seeing one and then I'm like, wait a minute, same way. Yeah, it is. Thank you, Jack Small. Appreciate you. Laura, what's up? Thank you for the gifted membership as well. Thank you for that. I appreciate that and appreciate you. Thank you. Maybe not. Thanks for the 10. Breadstick goals. That's right. Got to get them breadsticks on. Yeah. See, look, we had to set 2 goals today. One goal was to motivate Megan to get well And we would do that by showing her what she's missing out on when she's not streaming. I think that is accomplished. And we would also, since these people made fun of Megan when she had car trouble, since they were talking about car trouble, we would do, we would fundraise for my car because there's nothing wrong with it, but it does need a wash. Maybe I'll go wash it. And then, they could see if they were decent human beings and they would treat people decently. How dare they ask for anything? That's crazy, isn't it? But yes, thank you. Bonnie, thank you for that too. There, breadsticks for the sick Mega. I know. Poor Mega. Poor Mega. Rhea Ride, thanks for, maybe she should start calling herself Mega. I think that's funny. Rhea Ride, thanks for the vibe there. Sending chicken soup, yes, to dip her breadsticks in. Yeah, there's breadsticks, man. Man, those will be good. Yeah, Cynic, thanks for the 2. Says Megan's sick. Yeah, you know what? I mean, if it stays there, maybe I do need to hit up, Jay for sure. Make it a J cast. God, we should have done that today, man. Joan, thanks for the 20 there. For motivation to feel better. Yeah, look at that. Aren't you feeling better already, Megan? Gosh. Thank you, Jared. Debbie, what's up, Debbie? Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome to Tugs Thugs. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Oh my God. I just heard something. I'm not going to say this out. I just heard some ecosystem thing. How dare these people? How dare them act like they have a moral high ground after some of the things that I've heard about some of them, by the way. One of them, they keep talking about skeletons coming out. Well, they should be careful about those because those threats, it sounds like a couple of them have some really bad skeletons in their closet. Like the kind of stuff that, forget making you look like a fool. We're talking about like the kind of atomic bombs that no wonder they tried to bury them. Yeah, for sure, man. Thank you, Debbie, by the way. I saw something wrong when I said stuff. I was like, wow, that's crazy. But thank you, Debbie. Appreciate you. Appreciate the membership. Hi, Dad. Thanks for the 10. Megan, I hope this money sent for Tug, it helps you feel better. Man, I can feel the revitalizing energy going right into her. Yes, it's working. It's working. Natalie, thank you for the $50 super sticker. Thank you for that, Natalie. That is awesome. Those huge super stickers, by the way, I haven't seen many of them. So, I've seen some from you guys, and they're awesome. I like to show them the kid. Like I said, I like it. I feel like it's like a Pokemon thing, collecting them all. Jada, thanks for the 10. For Tug, to buy you chicken soup, Megan. Oh, yeah. There we go. Buy myself chicken soup. I'll even eat it for you. Pickled Tink, thanks for the 2. You have to wonder if Lib students laugh at her. I would think, like with all of that stuff, again, if you go through those videos, if you're ever curious about them, one of the more interesting aspects is, again, when the filter fails, because it's filtered so heavily that she can't move. She can't move like a human being. So, of course, this creates problems. And again, she's in an argument with herself. It's the strangest thing. She's not in an argument with Megan Fox. She's in an argument with herself. Jesus Christ, woman. There are 37 short videos that are showing there. Plus, on top of that, you have the 3. So she, in the span of 2 days, has put up 40 videos. Like, no joke, 40 videos. And most of them are meant to insult Jeremy Hills or to insult Megan. It's crazy. She, it's funny. It reminds me of one of those things, the I know you are, but what am I moments, where somebody is like, I know you're a bully, but what am I? And it's so strange because at the end of the day, while we have been live, I'm looking at this, while we have been sitting here live, she has put up 5 more videos. Like that's lunacy, Libs. This is lunacy. What's crazy is she will delete all of this shit in the matter, like she'll have a moment where all of this up, it'll come crashing down. And she'll be like, holy shit, I shouldn't have done that. You know, where the victim narrative, it falls apart. Because again, you tag the people in. You say that you're being menaced or this and that, but the reality is you tag people in. You harass them with this stuff. And then you want to play the victim. She even changed her channel name in her breakdown to what the, and she changed the banner too. You're going to end up getting banned for that, Lips. Come on, dude. She changed it from what the hell's to what the, and again, she's trying to do interference and cause him some kind of reputational damage. That's absolutely, there is no pun or haha in that. That's 100% something she can tie back. And by the way, too, that picture with the hat on you, Lips, your filter's failing on that. It fails on your neck. It fails on the front. Again, it's strange. Only your face is filtering, right? So be happy with yourselves. Like I say, folks, I think that should be the biggest takeaway from any of this. You know, you don't live in the hateful past, many of these people. You don't live in a hateful present like these folks do. You don't build your confidence off of something like that, because it's, again, you can tell how they're really just, I mean, just shallow, hateful people. It amazes me. It amazes me, like, how angry and hateful all this ecos. They put together something to try to burn a dude's life down, and they're mad because people they're not like, yeah, sure, cool. I don't think they've ever ran into anything like it. But yeah, I wonder, with the laughing, what would you think would happen if you were a student of these people, of this person, and you run across this kind of insanity? Not to mention that she's also introducing this man's brand to these people, to these kids, and to whomever else. And she's tagged them in as stalkers and more. So again, that probably is not the smartest way to go. But what do I know, right? What do I know? I mean, again, these people are the same people that are, they have a place trying to collect on their home right now. Their efforts to slow them down. Apparently, they have not paid anything. According to the paperwork, the allegation, they have not paid anything on one of these places in, God, what is it? What's it been? A year and 5 months? 6 months? I can't remember the exact time frame, but they haven't paid anything on it during all of that. But they're doing this stuff. I mean, it's wild. You'd think they want to handle their own business, but nope. They want some mentally ill fun. It's weird to me. SF, thanks for the vibe. Freaking idiots. Yes, Emily D. Baker is highly connected and well loved at YouTube. Yes, in YouTube. She is. She is absolutely adored by YouTube. But beyond that, I mean, she's like, most of the time when you say that about somebody, they end up being a horrible human being to me, you know, if they've got like mainstream protection. But I'll tell you, she's one of the people that has managed, she's just liked by a lot of people. And when idiots tried to publicly capsize my channel, she was willing to be there and to help me out too. So I appreciate Emily D. Baker. Again, these people, I would say I'd help her. She doesn't need my help. If they get her into this fight, if they pick a fight with her, she will destroy them. And they don't want that. You know, they'll whine and say, "Oh, they were threatened." No, they tried to ruin they tried to call her they put her name out there. Tried to call this woman who they don't even know a bully and a monster and all this other stuff. Oh, what a weird person, man. Yeah, by the way, though, the tags, when they tag in, like I said, when Lips is tagging in channels, because she does. She tags in like Megan Fox, and she tags in Hales. It doesn't. It leads right to them. And again, I'm curious if some of that could be called a protective order violation too, because you had a certain someone ask them to cover, and they did it right in the open. Thanks for the too. You're singing "Make My Dogs Howl." Oh, I thank you, doggies. You should listen to her song. It's amazing. Angela, what's up? Thanks for the 20 there. Book fun, Tug. Love that you're here. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes. Again, let me announce this yet again for anybody out there. I know I've said this, but I want to say it again. Audible currently, they are having their entire platform sale currently, and that sale is amazing. It is absolutely amazing. Oh, you know what's so dumb? So she renamed her platform Taking Shots at Jeremy Hales, right? But the name, okay, so on the channel itself, oh my God, this is crazy. When you search it, her @ she tried to change her @ to make it hide that, but when you search it, it still shows the old @ so she has the What the Hales link, the name on the banner, and when you search her old @ you'll find that banner with her trying to do damage along with Jeremy Hales stuff. Oh my God. It's so nuts, man. She's so crazy. I'm sending that over. That's some crazy proof. I cataloged it all, by the way. Georgie, what's up, Georgie? Thanks for the 5. To motivate our mafia boss, Mama Fox. Sorry, Megan. Here, rub some banana juice on it and you'll be fine. That's right. At least that's what Coop says. There you go. I always heard rub some dirt on it. You're good. Indeed. Auntie, thanks for the 2. Lips can filter her face, but not her singing. Actually, you know what's crazy? That is filtered. That is the filtered version, you know, when you listen to it. So it's something else. Dwayne, what's up, Dwayne? And thanks for the 10 there for Bug to teach her to say gang gang. Oh no. Oh no. You know what? I'm surprised she isn't busted out. One of the, it'll be funny. I'm going to remind me. I'll get her to see it. It'll be really funny. Remind me the next time that we stream. I'll probably regret it because she'll probably not only do it, but it'll probably stick. I'll be like, no, I'll create a monster on my on accident. Oh Lord. 1 second. Let me I'm making sure that I have everything that this crazy person has put up. I'm making sure that I archive it all. I archive all the craziness because this stuff, see, in a month, she'll deny that any of this happened. Leslie will. She'll deny it all happened. But the thing is, everything she's done, everything people have cataloged. So, and why does that matter, by the way, you might ask? Well, she went out of her way to lie about the dates that certain things happened. I mean, she just straight up, like maliciously, in my opinion, lied to try to hide when she came into this. Now, why would that be important? Well, because she wants to pretend that she was around for a while and people gave her backlash in the end. But if you look at the real date she came in, the story doesn't match up. So what's up, Tease T? Hey, it's good to see you, Tease T. I hope you are doing fabulous, by the way. Drop 10 giftos on people. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Thank you. My dear, thanks for the 5 there. How the hell are you, a lawyer on YouTube and have no idea who, yes, exactly, who Emily Baker is. Exactly. Also, Megan Laser. All of us go to work, you sick bum. I love it. Your mom. Your mom. I know. It's terrible. No, she She has to be pretty sick to miss, though, for sure, for real. I give her a hard time and laugh at her, but if she does, she has to be pretty sick with it, you know? Oh, man. Hey, KMAT. Thank you, by the way. KMAT sent 25 there. It's car funds to keep it healthy, just in case. That's right. You never know. You never know. That's what they should have learned from the lesson. Always keep it healthy. You know the best way to keep it healthy? Not acting like fools like these people do. Oh, I forgot to bring up Only Me. I'll bring it up tomorrow, all of it. Only Me again. They went after him again. They were talking about fallout between him and Guapo. But apparently, I will note this in more detail, but I did tell you I would say this. So Only Me, apparently, he has been going over like to different channels, like Squid, for example, and others. And props to him, you know, go to any channel you want. I don't really care where you go, by the way. I've said that before. I don't care. I don't control you folks, you know. I don't control who's in the chat. Like, as long as you're not trying to disrupt or cause problems, I don't care who you are, what you do, anything like that. I can't control that, all right? Even with it. And I don't try to. Like I said, if you go over to a channel that I don't personally like, well, that's not you, you know, and if you're not bringing that back, well, fine. But these idiots, apparently, they reported back to Guapo that Only Me was stepping out. And they reported that he has a problem with it. That's what they said. But we'll talk about all that tomorrow a little more. Travis, thanks for the 5. Glad you're on tonight, brother. Hey, glad to see you, my friend. Finally got a bit more movement in the neck. Good, good. Love this channel's mods, people in the chat. Everyone's awesome. Hope family's good. The family is doing great. Like I said, tomorrow, if you've never seen a ghost mantis, by the way, these things are cool. I've never gotten to see one. Ghost mantis. Like the little one or the oldest rather, has been asking about one, and we've never had any place. You can buy them online and stuff, but man, come on. I'm not going to buy a freaking thing and it die on me. But there's a place up here that they do rescues and more, and I don't know where they got them, but you see these little guys right here? These? They look like leaves almost. Those are ghost mantises. So it's a praying mantis, but again, it would blend in with like leaves and stuff. Isn't that awesome? So now I think they're like $50, which is like, ugh. But you know, it's like something she's asked for 2 years, and you know, she loves insects. She loves them. So, but yes, everybody's doing good. I appreciate you, man, and I'm glad to know you're doing better. You know, because it's been a rough go for you, my friend. You know, and I'm glad you've been chillaxing and taking it a little bit easier too. You know, give me 1 minute. I lost my chat for a second there. Lost you guys. It was lonely. I love the freaking mantises. They look so cool. I actually would like myself. I want a walking leaf. We don't have those locally. I've never seen one in real life. You ever seen a walking stick? You know, look like a stick bug, right? Well, they have walking leaves if you look them up. I've never seen one ever. Coolest looking insect. You know, I've seen them online, obviously, but I've never seen a real one. So I'd love to see one. Maybe not. Thanks for the 5. I think Tug set the breadstick goal really high tonight, folks. Let's go. Amen. Oh, thank you, too. You know, this is December. It being December with the kids and everything, too, I definitely appreciate it. You know, I very much do. So thank you all. Barb, thanks for the 5 months. Hey, don't forget to send Megan square bullet points. That's right. Yes, don't forget. Megan loves square bullet points. In fact, she said that she would like a dress made out of square bullet points. That's what she told me. She would actually, any of you people that make shirts, she would love a shirt with a square bullet point on it or a little hat. You know, I have a little ThATuMBRELLA guy. God, I'll have to show him to you. He's I have to take a picture of him. He's like a little stuffed guy. I would love to have like a little hat for him, you know, with a square bullet point on it. That would just be perfect. That'd be the crossover no one ever expected. Becky, thanks for the 10 months. Uh-oh, lips. Off the reservation again. Something. Something for sure. It is crazy. Rob, thanks for 5. She must have found a new batch of shrooms in the backyard. Maybe she was hunting him and tripped over some. I don't know what's happening. It's something for sure. Maybe not. Thanks for the 10. Totally don't help the flea circus. Indeed. That's what I was thinking. Thank you too. Travis things to do. Never seen a water pump cost that much. And it's crazy. They were like, we're going to have this or that, $1,700. Well, I thought, well, no problem. Lynette can pay for it for you. Just pay for it out of that $100,000. I mean, damn. Ninja Puppy, thanks for 5. For a new Pine air freshener for your vehicle. Oh, yes. That is what I was missing. You just read my mind. I've been missing one of those forever. So thank you. Megan said also, thank you there, Megan, for Gabe's car, but only if you don't give it to him. Of course. It's a reminder to his car, for sure. Martin, thanks for the 2 there. Donations to help Tug, really upset flea bagging company. I'm sure we'll hear about it. Oh my God, you know what he did? This Angel, what's up? Thanks for the 5 giftos there. Thank you, Des Angel. And it's good to see you too. Appreciate you. Sherry, thanks for the 5 there. Help the transmission fund by sending this money on candy for the girl. Yes, that's what we do. So we spend it for that. We spend it for candy, for a K-pop Demon Hunter shirt, probably for a certain one, and again for a mantis, and maybe I think they said some kind of there was a beetle there too. I would tell you the other pets that the oldest has, but it might alarm some of you. She's told about. She has, I think, 6 Madagascar hissing cockroaches. They get together. Those things are the craziest thing. They're huge. I mean, they are huge. But if they're upset, they make a hissing sound. But they like her. They don't ever hiss or anything around her. It's kind of fun. They're strange to say. She loves those things, man. Arizona Hawk, thank you for the super sticker there. Thank you. I love those. Thank you for that. Thank you also. The earlier one, well, I appreciate those. The little one loves them. Thank you. Cynic in Chief, thanks to money for a water pump. Yeah, use it to pump flea steers. That's true. Maybe I could sell them. The next time we do we're going to call them Not the Flea Sales. The next time we do a Not the Flea sale, we'll we'll talk. By the way, they've been trying to hide for some of them how much they get on auctions by some of the offers. They have them mail specifically to, because they're afraid that we're watching. It's so funny. What's up? Shadows in my soda. Thank you for the 10 there. For Gabe's truck. That's right. For Gabe's truck, not to get it. I love it. That's awesome. Perpetually puzzled puzzler. What's up, puzzler? Thanks for the transmission. I like that. Yes, exactly. We got the mission on. Cassandra, thanks for the 5. You think LP's legal team is going to try and get an extension or a way to delay? Thank you so much for sticking with this case. It's a doozy. I don't know. I mean, the thing is, I thought about this a lot yesterday, and this will probably be a talking point we'll come back to, because we don't have an answer to this yet. But I really do think that the people they ask for, like considering some of the names on the witness list, is more of a wish list. I don't think some of those people will want to be there. Now, I think if the police show up, it will be a statement about the level of really collusion that they've provided for her, which will be wild too. But we'll see. We'll see. We won't know until. But I mean, a lot of it's speculation and conjecture. We'll see. Judge Jay, thanks for the 5. Again, Flea did make it clear she wasn't a lawyer. That's right. That did happen last night. I saw that on there. And yes, I too was stunned, just like Jay. I was like, oh my God, she's been such the best, you know. What's up, Puzzler? Thank you again for the 5. What the what now? Hey, Wednesdays are PO free days because it's an odd number here. Yeah, certain days. That's right. Certain days and leap years, you actually protective orders they don't work on. Yeah. I mean, might as well say that, right? Could you imagine if I went out and said these kind of things about a protective order, by the way? If somebody had that and you had a picture of someone violating it, if I said that, could you imagine the same words, if I said those that they use for defense, how would they feel about that? Do you think they would back my words for that? Or do you think, as the hypocrites they are, it's contingent on who has it? Natalie, thanks for 5. Not for Gabe's truck. That's right. Indeed. Indeed. Man, that will be a nice accessory, not for his truck. Donna, thanks for 10. For Gabe's court funds and for truck rehab. I mean, for truck repairs. Yeah, indeed. Indeed. I hear, by the way, they got all that paid off. That's what they said. Totally. They were also saying that they were going to sue Jeremy because Jeremy... oh my God, that's another subject I guess we're going to get to the next time. They were going to sue him because in the police report, they were arguing years after the fact that the police stop was improper. So they were actually going to sue Jeremy over saying that it wasn't. He's like, what? You can say whatever you want about it, but that don't make it so. What's up, Puzzler? Thanks, dude, for Just Jay's hip. I know his hip, man. It must be really bad for a whole channel to be named after it. Aubrey, thanks for the 19 months. Thank you. Happy to support a truth-filled channel. Thank you. Much love to you and all my amazing Muppet family. Thanks for all you do. Well, thank you. Thank you for what you do, and I appreciate you. That is awesome, too. Thank you for saying that. Natalie, thank you for the 5 there. Positively, not for his truck. That's right. That's right. Thank you. Elizabeth, what's up? Thanks for the 5. He's saying his name is JJ Sons. That's funny. Miss Meanlot. I like that though. I like that name. That's good. Thanks for $5 for Gabe's car fund. I trust your commitment to ensure it never reaches him. That's right. That is one of the stated things. You know, it's totally a fundraiser not to go to them. That's right. You got me. I love it. Natalie, thanks for the 5 there. No truck or chicken skins either. That's right. I love it. No chicken skins. That is the that's what we're going to do. A no chicken skin fun. Yeah. Perpetually. She wasn't chewing though. They're cough drops. Those were all cough drops. She could show you the proof. I mean, they must have been complaining to get that. Puzzler, thanks for the 5. I like the milk chocolate caramels. Yeah, those are really good. I haven't had those in years because they scare me, but I do like them. I really do like those. You know those oranges though, you smash and they split up into pieces. So you whack them on the counter or something and they come apart. I love those. William, what's up? Thanks for the 2. Hey, Tunk, I bet J-Hip doesn't call in sick. That's true. I bet he would have been here, man. No. I love it. I love giving Meg a hard time. I do. It's good. You know, one of the things that is really hard to find online are people that are friends for real, that you can goof off with. They can give you a hard time and you can have fun with. That right there, you know, not just with myself, but with chats and everything else. There are a lot of people that they're just boring. So I do appreciate that about it for sure. Yes, shot. Thanks for the 10 there. Today marks 20 years since my sister unalived herself. If you need help, reach out. Talk to someone you love. Call a friend, a counselor, or helpline. Asking for help is not weakness, it's strength. Indeed. Love to you too. I had an uncle, I loved him dearly. You know, he had a substance problem. He worked as an EMT, and he ended up having, like I said, he had a substance problem. He ended up getting caught. And after that, Some people in the family were they were not supportive. And again, that's not blaming them for what happened, but it got bad enough. He had 3 kids, and I saw the aftermath of it. It was so awful. Because like I said, I really liked him, but, I cared about him. I loved him. And he was so upset. He went out and he had a little bitty garage and he hung himself in it. It was a little bitty like shed garage thing. And it was awful because he had 3 kids and everything. So yeah, if people need help, for sure. That happened years ago, by the way. Years and years ago when I was little. But whew, I hear you, Eshine. Love to you, love to you. It's sad because if there wasn't, there shouldn't be a stigma on people getting help. And if anybody gives you shit about trying to get help, I'll give them a kick in the butt. Okay, for sure. Shadows, what's up? Thanks for the 5 there. How much money can we raise for Gabe's trunk that he will never receive? But we'll definitely upset the fleas. I don't know. Maybe they're keeping it up. They're probably, I'm not sure, but I'm sure they know by now. I'm sure they're tracking and they're like, oh my God. Do you know what that guy is doing right now? Wait until they complain to their chat about it too. It'll be funny. You guys will get a good laugh out of it. Because when they whine about it, who will pick it up? No. Who runs Bartertown? I run Bartertown. I love it. I love the fact that, like I said, they flip out about all this stuff. Oh, it makes me laugh. It does. It gives me the good feelings. Sheila, thanks for the 5 months. I hope you share a picture of DJ like you are. I remember where Waldo was. Yeah, I need to share that. I need to go back and get the Where's Waldo pictures because that was really funny. DJ Radis again was pretty entertaining back in that moment. Yeah, but the key in that was they're trying to blame Jeremy Hales for like all that, but she sued him and Bruce when he wrote him. I remember reading those letters and they were threatening for sure. And Radis was like, dude, if you do this, it's on. And so, I mean, that was something else. What's up, Puzzler? Again, thanks for the 2. Calling them stupid is an insult to stupid. That's very true, too. It is. It's like a sliding scale, for sure. And they slid right off of it. As if thanks to the 5. I don't think Volman just believed LMNOP. I think they all know the truth and are spinning their narrative in the face of all actual evidence. Yeah, it's gaslighting. It's a gaslighting technique. They also hope if they harass enough people, it'll scare everyone off too. It works sometimes. Natalie, thanks for the 5. Still not for the truck. Chicken skins, cough drops, etc. I love it. That's funny. Death's Angel, thanks for the 10 there. Went back to the beginning of the stream. Emily D. Baker, comment with lips. Emily doesn't even know what's going on. That's right. Just a creature, mistaking her for someone else. Hugs and love. Indeed. That's the thing. If they ever get her attention, that's the thing that they don't want. So that's just, that's just something else. So, let's see. William, thanks for the 5. Bombshell. That's right. Bombshell. Absolute bombshell for Gabe's truck repairs, but ensure that Megan gets it for van repairs. Bombshell. That's right. This is a bombshell report. I love that. It's funny. Aussie Wombat, thank you. Drop that super sticker as well. Drop that $30 super sticker too. Thank you, Aussie Wombat, for real, man. And thank you. I love to you, brother. Love to you for sure. SF, thanks for the 5. I bet if there was no snow, they could afford truck repairs. Just saying, gang. That's right. You would think that snow would get in the way of it, but what do I know, right? What do I know? Natalie, thanks for 5. I like Bugs. What the what better? Indeed. What the now? What that? She's man, I walked myself right into that one. That was so funny. That was a good one. That was a really good one. You know, I like how they all perpetually pretended to be offended too. You know, like little kids don't say whatever they want to say. You know, they're like, "Oh my god!" Yeah, I swear, it's so funny. What's up, Double Karma? Thank you, the breadstick, gator bites, banana bread, and chicken skins out. Cocoa opioids in. That's hilarious. uh, that's funny. Puzzler. Thanks for the best advice is in the name. Leave the county. There you go. That's it. Leave the county. Indeed. William, thanks for the 5. The last dig Melissa made about Volman being nothing without Megan. It has to really sting his ego. It does. It does. You know, it really ticks him off. You know it does. Perpetually puzzler. Thank you for the 5 giftos there, by the way. Thank you again. Appreciate that. That is, again, awesome. Thank you. Bug Nugget. Thank you for the 8 months. Coming soon. Acronym of the day. That's right. That's right. I love it. Love it. Oh, man. Figured out a braid for you. That's awesome, Thorn, because like I said, I've seen your work before, and I like it. So I'm curious to see what you come up with. Thank you, too. You do awesome stuff. Appreciate it. Max Lab, thanks for the 2. I have a stream Saturday special, 3 p.m. Eastern. Cool. So you're going to stream Saturday special guest. So you got a special guest coming on. That'll be roughly, 2 p.m. my time. All right. Cool. People check that out. That'd be cool. Yeah, this is true. Cynic. At least Lips didn't accidentally include Medicare in a video. Indeed. Oh my God. That guy, my Lord, he would destroy these idiots. He would destroy these idiots. The thing is, like, he laughs at everybody, and that's fine. You know, like if he wanted to laugh at I don't care. Like the thing is, their reaction would destroy them. They wouldn't know how to deal with someone like that. You know, you can't ignore it. You just roll with it or laugh at it or whatever, you know, but they couldn't. He would ruin them. That'd be amazing. Maybe Emily D. Baker wants a laugh stream where she reads Lips filing and mocks them. If she ever read their filings, holy God, that would be something else, wouldn't it? Yeah, your show was my second most. I need to do more shows too. I do. I need to do. I haven't, I've told a few people I would look around for doing some, but I haven't really done that many this year. But I think that's something I'm going to get back to. And like I said, at the beginning of the year, I've made it a goal. I'm getting back to short form videos as well as long form too. So we'll mix them up. I think that'll be fun. Razilla, thanks for the 2 there. Starred. WN. Square bullet point deals. There you go. That'd be great. That'd be funny. SF, thanks for the 2. Jay might always show up, but Megan always wakes up. That's true. That's true. Actually, the funny thing is Megan not only wakes up, but can wake other people up too. I mean, Jay, apparently, can't trust him to do that. My goodness. Good Lord. I'm watching this snake. His tank's over in front of me. He is acting like a fool. He's starting to dig and everything else today. I'm like, what in the world is he doing? They like to dig, but I was watching him. Dwayne, thanks for the 2 there. Oh man, Megan's new dress fun for the new river dance. That's right. She could have a square bullet point. That would be very engaging. I think she would do very good with that too. It would be amazing. There we go. Yeah, Sherry, thanks to your balking tug. I know it. That's what at the house. Like if someone gets out of hand and they're like, they're running their mouth too much. That's what they do. I got them in the kids. They'll say bok bok chicken bok bok, and stuff like that. It's really funny. They crack me up with it. Too bad. What's up? Thank you for the super sticker there too. Thank you for that. I got to see that right there at the end too. I love it. And thank you. Appreciate it. Let's see who is live. Is Shizzy live? I didn't do a redirect yesterday. Let me check. I need to do a redirect. I got to. Give me a second. Give me a minute. I can't believe, YouTube has been weird over the last few days. Like out of the blue, they have been, you look at the blowback they've been getting too, and they have been messing around with their algorithm again. You can see it in people's numbers. So make sure that you are subscribed to people that you like. Something's going on. It's always weird. Yeah, there's Shizzy. All right. I'm going to redirect you guys to Shizzy. All right. Tell them Tug sent you. And yeah, I think that's the end of everything. I appreciate you all too. It has been a fun night. Oh, who's Medicare? That would be Mr. Medicare. Mr. Medicare is he is really funny, but he is somebody that these folks would not want to trifle with online. He some people would call him a I you just look him up. You'd find him. Look him up. Look up some of the subjects. Like he's somebody that they would not like to tangle with. So I like the shout out there. But yeah, I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna redirect you here, and appreciate you folks. See ya.